Here's something most luxury resort videos won't tell you. At Ikos Olivia, that all-inclusive rate actually includes unlimited reservations at Michelin-level restaurants, top-shelf spirits that would cost you €20 per pour anywhere else, and even day trips to Athens with a private guide. We're not talking about watered-down cocktails and buffet lines here. This is the financial math that changes everything, because when you add up what you'd normally spend on premium dining and excursions at a standard resort, you're looking at an extra €300 to €400 per day. So before you dismiss this place as expensive, let's break down what you're actually getting, because the numbers tell a very different story than the sticker price suggests. Ikos Olivia sits on the Kassandra Peninsula in Halkidiki, Greece, and opened its doors in 2022 as the newest property in the Ikos chain. This isn't some converted older resort trying to rebrand itself as luxury. Everything here was purpose-built from the ground up with that luxury-inclusive concept baked into the design. The property sprawls across 290 acres of gardens and beachfront, with 370 rooms and suites that follow a clean, contemporary Mediterranean aesthetic. Think white marble, floor-to-ceiling windows, and private terraces rather than ornate furnishings or heavy drapes. It's the kind of design that photographs beautifully but also functions well in real life, which matters when you're actually living in the space for a week. Let's talk about where you'll actually be sleeping, because the room categories here span a pretty wide range. The superior room is your entry point at 34 square meters, which translates to about 366 square feet. That's roughly the size of a decent hotel room in any major city, but here you're getting a king bed, a sofa that converts for a kid, and a balcony with either garden or partial sea views. The minibar gets restocked daily with soft drinks and snacks all included, and housekeeping comes through twice a day. You've got an espresso machine, a pillow menu if you're particular about your sleep setup, and marble bathrooms with feminine toiletries. The infinity balcony design means the railing doesn't block your view when you're sitting down with morning coffee, which is one of those small details that actually improves your daily routine. These rooms work perfectly well for couples or a small family, though if you've got teenagers who need their space, you might feel the squeeze by day 3. Moving up to the deluxe room gives you 38 square meters and better views, either direct sea or panoramic depending on your building placement. The layout is similar, but you get more breathing room, and some of these have direct pool access, meaning you can walk off your terrace straight into one of the shared pools. That feature is either amazing or completely irrelevant, depending on whether you're the type who uses the pool constantly or just lounges by it twice during your stay. The extra square footage shows up in the bathroom and the sitting area, where you can actually spread out your stuff without it feeling cluttered. If you're traveling with kids, the configuration here works better because the sofa bed doesn't dominate the entire living space the way it can in the smaller rooms. The premium suite jumps to 46 square meters with a proper separation between the bedroom and living area, plus a dining space and walk-in closet. You're getting 2 TVs, which matters if you've got kids who want to watch cartoons while you catch up on news, and the terrace faces the sea with those panoramic views that make you understand why people pay extra for location. Some of these suites come with private plunge pools, which are about 15 square meters of your own water that no stranger will cannonball into at 7 in the morning. The plunge pool isn't heated, so in shoulder season it's more decorative than functional, but from June through September it's absolutely worth having. This category makes sense for families who want more space without jumping all the way to villa pricing, or for couples who plan to spend significant time in the room rather than just using it as a place to crash. Then you hit the infinity pool suite at 52 square meters, where the private infinity pool on your terrace is the main event. These pools are larger than the plunge pools in the premium suites, and the infinity edge design means you get that visual effect of your pool blending into the Aegean Sea beyond. It's the kind of setup that makes for incredible photos, but also genuinely changes how you use your space because you can swim in privacy, have breakfast on the terrace, and never feel like you need to compete for a lounger by the main pool. The living area is separate from the bedroom, and you've got enough room to host friends from other rooms for pre-dinner drinks without it feeling cramped. These suites book up fast in peak season, so if this is what you want, you're looking at reserving 4 to 6 months out for summer dates. At the top end, Ikos Olivia offers villas ranging from 2 to 4 bedrooms, spanning 220 to 500 square meters. These come with full kitchens, multiple living areas, private pools with actual swimming lanes, and dedicated gardens. You also get butler service and access to the dine-out program, which lets you book tables at local tavernas in nearby villages with the bill covered by the resort. The villas make financial sense if you're traveling as an extended family or two families together, because when you split the cost across 8 or 10 people, the per-person rate drops below what you'd pay for multiple suites. The private chef service means you can have meals prepared in your villa using local ingredients, which gives you a break from restaurant dining without sacrificing quality. For groups with young kids or elderly family members who need more flexibility than a standard hotel schedule allows, the villa setup is genuinely the better option. Now let's get into the food situation, because this is where Ikos Olivia separates itself from typical all-inclusive resorts. There are 12 dining venues on property, including 8 a la carte restaurants, 3 buffet options, and multiple bars. The critical detail here is that you can make unlimited reservations through the resort app. You're not rationed to one specialty restaurant per stay or forced to eat at the buffet most nights. If you want to book Anaya for Asian fusion one night, Mirazul for Peruvian the next, and then go back to Anaya because the sushi was that good, nobody stops you. The app system means you can reserve tables from your phone without tracking down a concierge, and you can modify or cancel up until a few hours before without penalty. Ouzo is the Greek taverna, and this is where you'll want to eat at least twice during your stay because the octopus is grilled over charcoal until the edges crisp up while the inside stays tender, and the lamb kleftiko comes slow roasted in parchment with potatoes that have absorbed all the rendered fat and herbs. The mee spread includes proper tzatziki made with thick Greek yogurt, melitsana zalata that tastes like actual smoked eggplant rather than mayo with purple food coloring, and fresh bread that arrives warm. They do themed Greek nights with live music and dancing, which sounds potentially cheesy but actually works because the staff is genuinely into it rather than phoning in a performance. The restaurant sits close to the beach with open-air seating, so you get the breeze and the sound of waves while you eat, which enhances the whole experience. Anaya handles Asian fusion, and the kitchen here takes it seriously. The sushi bar puts out nigiri and sashimi using fish that's clearly been handled correctly, with proper temperature control and knife work. The teppanyaki station lets you watch your food being cooked on the flat-top grill, with that satisfying sizzle when protein hits hot steel and the chef flipping spatulas like it's a show. Dim sum includes soup dumplings that actually have soup inside rather than arriving deflated and sad. They offer sushi making classes if you want to learn technique, which is a nice activity for a rainy afternoon or if you need a break from the beach. The restaurant only serves dinner, and it's one of the more popular spots, so book this one early in the day for prime evening slots. Mirazul focuses on Peruvian cuisine, which is not what you'd expect to find at a Greek resort, but the kitchen executes it well. The ceviche station lets you watch them cure fresh fish in citrus right in front of you, and the lomo saltado arrives with beef that's been seared hard enough to get caramelization while staying medium rare inside. The flavors here are brighter and more acidic than what you'll find at the other restaurants, which provides a nice contrast if you've been eating rich Mediterranean food for several days straight. The setting is beachside with a more casual vibe than some of the other dinner venues, and they lean into the Peruvian aesthetic with colorful plates and vibrant presentations. Scala is the Italian spot open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, which makes it one of the most versatile options on property. The pasta is made in-house daily, and you can taste the difference in texture compared to dried pasta. The tiramisu follows a traditional recipe with proper mascarpone and espresso-soaked ladyfingers rather than the gummy, overly sweet versions you sometimes get at buffets. They have a wood-fired pizza oven, and the pies come out with that characteristic char on the crust and bubbling cheese that stretches when you pull a slice. Kids can do pizza-making classes here, which keeps them entertained and results in lunch they'll actually eat. The terrace seating overlooks the pool area, so it's a good spot for a long lunch when you want to stay close to where your family is swimming. Provokato is the grill and steakhouse, and this is where the meat lovers will end up multiple times. They're cooking Wagyu beef, whole fish, and seafood platters over open flame and charcoal, which gives everything that smoky depth you can't replicate in a regular kitchen. The cuts are thick, properly seasoned, and cooked to temperature. They do barbecue nights with a broader menu that includes ribs, chicken, and grilled vegetables, and the setting by the pool with fire pits creates an atmosphere that feels more like a private party than a hotel restaurant. If you're someone who judges a resort by the quality of its steaks, this is the spot that will either validate your choice or disappoint you, and based on guest reviews, it's consistently landing in the validation column. The beach bar and grill operates all day and serves exactly what you'd expect: burgers, salads, grilled fish, and cocktails that you can order with your feet in the sand. This is where you go when you don't want to leave the beach but you're hungry enough that snacks won't cut it. The food is casual but done well, with fresh ingredients and proper grilling technique rather than the sad, pre-frozen patties some beach bars try to pass off. They have DJ sets in the afternoon, which creates a party vibe if that's your scene, or might be annoying if you're trying to nap under an umbrella. The bar serves the full range of cocktails and spirits included in your all-inclusive package, so you're not limited to a special beach menu with cheaper liquor. Speaking of bars, there are 6 scattered around the property, and they all pour from a selection of over 300 spirits including reserve wines and top-shelf liquor. This is where the all-inclusive model at Ikos really differentiates itself, because you can order an aged single malt or a specific vintage wine without getting nickel and dimed. The bartenders know how to make proper cocktails rather than just dumping premixed ingredients into a glass, and they offer cocktail masterclasses if you want to learn technique. The Infinity Bar overlooks the sea and is positioned to catch the sunset, which makes it the obvious spot for evening drinks. It gets crowded during that golden hour window, so if you want a prime seat, show up 30 minutes before sunset rather than right at the peak moment. The pool situation here is extensive, with 6 different pools serving different purposes and demographics. The main infinity pool is the centerpiece, measuring 1,200 square meters and sitting right at the edge of the property with views over the Aegean. The depth runs from 1.2 to 1.4 meters, which is deep enough to actually swim laps if you're an early riser before the crowds show up, but shallow enough that most adults can stand comfortably. The pool opens at 8 in the morning and closes at 7 in the evening, with those hours extending slightly in peak summer season. Towels are provided and there's waiter service, so you can order food and drinks without leaving your lounger. Shaded cabanas are available on a first-come basis, and yes, you will see the towel reservation phenomenon here where people drop towels at 7 am to claim prime spots. The resort staff does periodic sweeps to clear unattended loungers, but it's not aggressively enforced, so if you want a specific location, plan to get there early or accept whatever's available mid-morning. The adults-only quiet pool is smaller and set away from the main action, designed for people who want to read a book or nap without hearing kids playing Marco Polo 10 feet away. The atmosphere here is genuinely more relaxed, and the crowd skews toward couples and older guests. If you're traveling without kids and value peace over being in the center of activity, this becomes your default pool. There's no swim-up bar, which is intentional because the swim-up bar attracts noise and crowds. You can still get waiter service, but the whole setup encourages a mellower vibe. For checking booking availability and prices at your desired dates, you can use the link in description. I hope this video was helpful. Give it thumbs up. Subscribe for more travel-related content. If you are not ready to book this hotel, you can watch our best hotels playlist and choose the best one for you. Thanks for watching.